Hello, my name is Barack Hussein Obama. Um, Today I will be talking about my life as related to the attachment theory of Bowlby and Ainsworth. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will be taking questions in relation to that topic.
Mr. Obama, can you tell me a little bit more about your childhood, please?
Well, my mother was, I should say, raised me by herself. I was, a very tender age when my dad left, and I was attached to my mother, and she did a pretty good job against all odds in trying to raise me.
Next question.
What's your motivation to your long and ragged journey to where you are now?
Well, a couple of things. As a kid, my dad left, as I mentioned earlier, very early. And then my mother remarried and we moved to Indonesia. With that, I've seen a lot of poverty growing up in the streets of Indonesia. And my mother was going through, a lot of, hard times with a new relationship. But she always kind of, stick me to the plan of raising me to be a good boy. And that's part of my motivation. And when I moved back to the United States, my mom sent me with my parents, my grandparents, and they are very, very strict in always want me to be the man that I want to be today, and they always stress on education. Next question.
You chose to be a community activist and a volunteer when you could have taken a rich job on Wall Street. Why?
Well, with me, there's always a burning desire to help out in our local communities. And I'm sure that was the right time for me to do it. And giving back to the community, it's a big part of my life. And I think it comes second nature for me. So it was very evident at that point that that's what I wanted to do.
Okay.
You decided to visit your father's homeland, Kenya,
Yes.
although he was not a part of your life. Tell me, why did you decide to go back and visit?
Well, why was the question and why became the answer for me? Why in the sense that, because I don't know my father well, but I do know that he must have left for a reason. So when I get to Kenya, I found out the reason why he left. And there was a lot of things for him to do back home in Kenya. And he went there and, help out his people like I do, like I choose to do back in Chicago after my my days at Harvard. And so that was a big part for me. And and it's actually set up a platform for my political career as well, because I knew that I have to have a platform to me if I'm going to be able to help in a broader scale, in my community.
Okay, Mr. President, tell us about your relationship with your family.
Well, my family, Michelle is my rock. As some of you may have noted by now, she is my all, and my children are my inspiration. And like every family in the United States, we have to pay close attention to our kids and raise them to be better people. And family is a strong, strong backbone of this nation, and we should continue to work on it. Yes.
You will be 54 when you leave office in 2016. Where will your next journey take you?
Oh, good question. I will still be part of our, local communities. I will still be part of, trying to alleviate poverty in certain areas of not just Chicago, where I'm from, but also in different parts of the country. And of course, I will be open to all other issues in terms of, whether the next president will need me for international assignments and help the best way I possibly can.
Okay, so, Mr. President, what do you think our economy will be like in the next 10 years?
If we work on reducing the unemployment, which we've been doing a pretty good job on, I think we'll be fine the next 10 years. And right now, my administration is working very hard in trying to bring back all the jobs that were shipped overseas. Because if we have our products made in the United States, and I'm sure that will help bring down the unemployment, and that will help boost the economy.
I have one last question, Mr. President.
Sure.
Tell me what it was like growing up as a biracial child.
It's a very good question. I'm sure a lot of people in this room might relate to it, to being biracial. You're going through a lot of obstacles. You encounter a lot of isolations at some point, but you walk through it. You get confused. You find yourself. Sometimes it takes time to find yourself, but eventually you will do. And my trip back to Kenya has some relation to that. Need to find myself. And once you find yourself, and life will be, pretty much easier. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And again, my name is Barack Obama.
Thank you, Mr. President.